Thanks for watching the video. Now here's my story. My name is Jerry Goldberg. I'm a retired physicist. I've written a book about science. It's entitled A Perspective on Life. And I've taken great care to write the book in understandable English, no math, no jargon. And I've inserted many images to enhance the clarity of the presentations. There's a detailed description of the book's contents offered at my website. The book is written for the general public, and it will also interest young students. It's so vital for our young people to know and understand science. They are our future leaders. I offer readable explanations of cosmology, classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, chemistry, and biology. In cosmology, up into the 15th century, the adopted thinking was that the Earth is the center of it all. Then in 1610, Galileo, using the first invented telescope, saw the moons of Jupiter orbiting that planet. So maybe there was more to the picture waiting to be discovered. Eventually, we found we're just a tiny speck in a vast universe. We're in the Milky Way galaxy, which contains our own dear sun and its family of planets, the solar system. We are essentially in the suburbs, and I do wonder how spectacular the night sky would look like if the solar system was in the middle of one of the arms. Where is the Earth in the hierarchy of the solar system? Well, maybe the Earth is not quite as majestic as we would think. Now, classical and quantum mechanics. What we call classical mechanics was developed by Isaac Newton in the 17th century. He was the first scientist to develop the mathematical equations that quantified and linked the physical effects we all know from our daily life, such as force, distance, velocity, acceleration, and energy. His equations are still used today and with great effectiveness. Now, created in the 1920s, quantum mechanics is a most puzzling theory of the atomic world, which is composed of atoms, electrons, protons, etc. Quantum mechanics furnishes an incredible description of that tiny world, but that description is based only upon probability. Its equations yield only possible positions of the atomic particles in that tiny world, introducing an element of uncertainty down there. And even today, in our highly advanced science, quantum mechanics continues to be debated. How does that tiny atomic world of probability transform up into our fixed, stable macro world? Throughout the book, I've told of many major events in the lives of some great scientists. They also struggle with the same daily problems of life we all have. For example, here's a photo of the young Einstein family. And surprisingly, at this point, after having married and becoming the father of a new son, Einstein's life had just about run off the rails. He couldn't get into graduate school for his PhD, and he couldn't find a job to support his family. Finally, the father of a friend got him a job as a third-class patent clerk, even though his new manager didn't think he had the technical skills to do the job. Who ever would have guessed that in 15 years he would be a world-famous celebrity? And biology. The discovery of the DNA molecule was a major breakthrough. which led to tremendous advantages in biology. The DNA molecule is constructed of two backbone strands coiled around each other into a ladder-like arrangement and twisted into a double helix. The rungs of the ladder connecting the two sides are composed of 4 different monomers: adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine. These monomers are also referred to as nucleotides and or base pairs. And human history. In the book, I follow the human journey out of Africa about 50,000 years ago. And that led to humans populating the entire Earth. For the first 35,000 years, humans were hunter-gatherers. Cities finally formed 15,000 years ago, introducing the civil elements that eventually allowed advancement to our modern civilization. And again, to read more about the book, I have presented a detailed description at my website. At that site, there's a path to purchase the book. Of course, I want to sell some books, but there's also my overriding need to help the public understand what science is and how it has made astounding discoveries about our situation in this incredible universe we find ourselves in. If you wish to purchase the book directly, please Google thrift books and search for the title, A Perspective on Life, with my name as the author, or Google the ISBN number showing on the screen.